Students, let's learn about a new chapter called maps. So map is nothing but a two-dimensional representation of the earth. So when earth is represented two-dimensionally, it is known as the map. And maps show us large amounts of the details of that particular place. But the shapes and sizes get distorted in the so the entire world can be seen in a single. That means with our own eyesight we can see the whole world in a map. So maps are drawn to either show the whole world or few continents, few countries, few states, etc. And maps are definitely very easy to carry. They are usually made up of paper or chart paper, right? Or a hard binded cover. And there are many different types of maps, and these type of maps are known as an atlas. So students at the school age have usually atlas with them, right? Which have different types of maps of different countries, continents and cities. The people who prepare these maps, the art and science of these people known as the cartography, the art and science of making maps. In this map, dear students, you are able to see the world atlas. That means the total continents, countries of the world can be seen in this one single atlas, that is single map. And this art and science of designing the map is known as the cartography. Next, let's learn about the classification of maps. So maps are always classified on the basis of three things, that is scale, content and the purpose. So now let's move on to the first type of the maps, that is physical maps. So physical maps always show the natural features like mountains, plateaus, plains, hill ranges, river, lake, seas and oceans. These are the natural things, right? And physical maps are also known as the relief maps. In this image, students, you are able to see the physical map of India where they are showing you the mountains, that is Himalayan mountain, plateaus, plains and then the oceans, etc. So political maps always show the cultural features of a place like countries, states, district, cities, towns and villages. So in this image you can see the political map of India where different cities, different states are shown, towns and villages also. So thematic maps always focus on one type of specific information. This specific information can be road maps or rainfall or maps showing the distribution of forests, industries, etc. So one specific information is shown in the thematic maps, that is either road information, rainfall, distribution of forests, industries, etc. So suitable titles, names are given on the basis of the information provided in these thematic maps. So the names will be given to those places by which information is provided in these maps. Next, let's learn about the components of a map. So the components of a map is distance, direction and symbol. So first let's talk about the distance of a map. So the maps are usually drawings which reduce the entire world or a part of a world to fit into a sheet of paper. Or we can also say that maps are drawn to reduced scales. That means a particular city is being reduced to a small scale and being drawn on a map. But this reduction in size of the city is done very carefully so that the distance between the cities is always shown as real distance. So this is possible only when these small distances on a paper represent a large distance on a ground. So for showing this distance, there is a scale. A scale is chosen for this purpose. So what does this scale mean? This scale is nothing but the ratio between the actual distance on the ground and the distance shown on the map. So scale is very important in any map. So if you know the scale, that is the ratio between the distance on the ground and distance on the map, then we can easily calculate the distance between any two places. Maps are always classified as two types, that is large scale maps and small scale maps. So if countries or continents are to be represented on a map, then it is known as the small scale map. Then if suppose village or town needs to be shown on the paper, then we use a large scale map. For a small scale map, continents and countries are represented, and for a large scale map, villages or towns are to be represented. So always the large scale maps give us more information than the small scale maps, right? So in this image, students, you can see the map based on the distance, and in the large scale map you can see the small distances between towns, villages, etc. Whereas on a large scale map it will be only about the continents and all. So in this map is showing us the distance between the places, whereas in this large scale map it is giving us the more detailed distance. So what are the main directions? Everybody of us know that, right? North, east, south and west. These are the four principal directions, and these are indicated with arrowheads, right? With arrows, they are indicated on a map. And these arrowheads are known as the cardinal points, which show the direction. These are known as the cardinal points. And what are the intercardinal points? Intercardinal points are northeast, northwest, southeast and southwest. That means in between these two directions, suppose in between north and east we have northeast, like that, these are the intercardinal points. So next important component of the map is symbol. Symbol is known as the third important component of a map. So on a map it is not possible to draw the actual size, shape of different features, right? What are the different features? They are buildings, roads, bridges, trees, railway lines or a well. So these features are shown by some letters, shades, colors, pictures and lines. So those letters, shades or colors are represented in the form of symbols. So these symbols give a lot of information about a limited space. So with the use of these symbols, maps are easily drawn, help us to read a map very easily. So these maps have a universal language. With the help of the symbols, these have a universal language. So there is an international agreement with the use of these symbols. So what is that international agreement with which these symbols can be universally identified by all the people of the world? So these are known as the conventional symbols. These are accepted universally in the world. So in this image, students, different map symbols are given. Numbers will be given for highways and blackish colored shapes will be given for buildings. And then if there is a railroad, this symbol will be given. And if there is a mine, then this type of symbol will be given. And then if there is a scale, this type of symbol will be given. So these symbols are universally accepted all over the world. So sketch of the map is nothing but a rough freehand map. That means with freely your hand moving, you can draw a rough sketch, and this is drawn on the basis of observation, and this sketch represents the main features of an area and a place. And how does the sketch benefit us? Sketch serves to record quickly the ideas, and then we can save it for later uses. That is how sketches benefit us. So sketch is nothing but a rough drawing, and this helps us to know where a particular place is located in respect to the other places. So next let's talk about plan. Plan is nothing but a detailed and accurate drawing of a small area on a large scale. So plans are always drawn to scale, to measure, to know the information. So plans give us the information about any specific area. You can see the sketch map of an area, and this image you can see the plan map of an area. So this is known as the plan map and this is known as the rough sketch map.